Kevin Durant's coming to Phoenix. That's what I care about. And what it means for the Golden State Warriors. Are the Warriors in trouble? Do Warrior fans want to see them make a move?
Well, do you want to see them make a move? You're the freaking TV face of the Warriors.
Yeah, of course I want to see them make a move. Defend your championship. But what move is out there? Well, I have no idea.
Can we have two conversations here? The first one. Can we both acknowledge winning championships are hard?
Yeah, of course.
No, we just say that flippantly, but I think people think it's birthright.
No, I don't think people do. If you're a Warrior fan, you can't believe it's birthright. Just 12 years ago, you were a team that made the playoffs.
It's not about that.
Once in 15 years.
Even when you had KD and Steph, you lost one of the years that you should have won. And we saw the Heatles are one of the greatest teams we've ever seen. They won 2 titles in 4 years.
Yeah.
So, winning titles is hard. That's number one. Number two, Warrior fans can't have it both ways. And I think that's a hard thing for a lot of them to grasp because you have to line up these contracts. You can't just stack a bunch of young players making no money and get back a player of significant value.
I don't think so. When you say Warrior fans, I think it's Twitter.
It's not just Twitter. It's not just Twitter.
Because a lot of Warrior fans, I think, they understand the cap situation. They understand what's at stake here. They understand if they trade James Wiseman, it could save you maybe $131 million over the next 2 years.
See that?
I think Warrior fans understand that you made your bet with these youngsters. Now, what happened with the youngsters? See, I believe, this is what I believe, and this is TV Bonte, this is radio Bonte.
Well, so wait, time out. No. Who is it, TV or radio?
I'm telling you it's both right now.
Oh, okay.
It's both.
So you've merged into both?
I'm merged into both for right now for this next statement.
Okay.
This statement is...
The
simulcast right here. This simulcast.
God, Joey, you're good.
This simulcast right now.
God.
It wasn't that good. It was a 3. The Warriors, I believe Steve Kerr has done a poor job this year. Now, Steve Kerr is a guy who loves playing his veterans. Knowing that he had these youngsters with James Wiseman, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, not playing these youngsters early on, and they're taking all the blame for everything, for all the early losses. And now when you lose a game like last night, how many times have we seen that this year? About 10 times. Where the Warriors, you look at the numbers last night for the Portland game. The Warriors had 30 points off turnovers to Portland's 10. To 11. So they were plus 29 when it came to points off turnovers.
They got out-rebounded.
They were plus 39 from the three-point line.
I know.
Right? They were plus 10 in fast break points. And you still lost.
Because your execution down the stretch. If this were a baseball team and they were making a bunch of errors, would we blame it on coaching? If this were a football team doing false starting, would we blame it on coaching?
No. The veterans have blown some leads. That's on the veterans to not get easy buckets down the stretch.
I would also say your rotations have been poop.
Well, that's
They've been poop. Like Ty Jerome playing crunch minutes last night over Dante DiVincenzo being pushed to the 2. I know Curry's out right now. His obsession with Ty Jerome drives me bonkers.
So my deal is this. I think Steve Kerr's done a poor job this season.
I agree.
This has not been one of his out of timeout.
You can still respect him.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a
and you
very
can still
good
say
coach.
He's great.
He's
I just don't think it's his best job.
I think handling the rotation with all the moving parts.
I agree with you.
Pull back and forth for the starting lineup. Kuminga, one day seeing 10 minutes, one day seeing 25. JaMychal Green plays 10 last night. You're getting pounded on the glass. I believe Steve Kerr has not done the best job this year.
I also
think coming off the season last year where he pushed all the right buttons.
But I also think, and I'm trying to defend him to a degree, because I agree with you, it's not his best work. I also think it's extremely difficult given all of the injuries and the ages of some of these guys. They haven't had a consistent lineup, and you could say that for almost any team in the league right now, but there's a lot of moving parts, is what I would say. But that being said, it just feels like to me, I get a lot of Bochy in the final couple year vibes where he's just a button slow, pushing the wrong button at the wrong time. Certain lineups I'm like, why now are you going with this? Like last night, I think Clay played the whole fourth. He looked tired at the end.
Yeah, he only scored 3 points in the fourth quarter.
He needed to come out for a minute and then come right back into the game. And that's tough because you don't want to sit him but that's part of coaching is Clay, getting the best out of people toward the end. It feels like to me their final 6 minutes can be dissected. Turnovers, shot selection, poor decision making, erratic defense, erratic offense.
Well, I thought they played good enough defense. I thought they played good enough defense down the stretch to win that basketball game. They did get stops. They just couldn't hit a basket.
Well, yeah.
Couldn't hit a basket
Draymond,
over the last 5 minutes.
A layup.
So Klay Thompson yesterday in fourth quarter played 9 minutes and 39 seconds. All right, scored 3 points. He was 1 of 6. Played 9 minutes and 39 seconds yesterday in the fourth quarter.
Clay?
Clay.
He looks so tired at the end. I felt bad
He's
for him.
gassed. And he's been on a heater.
Yeah, no, he's been
he scored
amazing.
73 points in the last 2 nights without shooting a free throw. That's never been done in NBA history.
His second half yesterday wasn't even close to his first half, but he was so good.
No doubt. Jordan Poole carried the load in the second half. Into the fourth quarter, 14 points, 5 and 10 from the floor. But you got to get productions from others. You got to get Draymond Green. He was 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter. Got to get him scoring a little bit more. Dante DiVincenzo, 1 of 5 in the fourth quarter, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. And he had some really good looks. He did. So 888-957-9570. It's going to be a heavy Warrior show. Tim Kawakabe coming to studio between 8 and 9 a.m., almost said p.m. I'm working on 5 hours of sleep here, folks, but I'm fired up. I was charged up last night because Kevin Durant goes to the Phoenix Suns. He is back out west, and now you got all these ballers. Just think about the Pacific Division, Shasky. The Pacific Division. The Clippers, Kawhi, Paul George. All right? The Lakers, LeBron, AD. Now you got D'Lo. Now you got Beasley. Now you got Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I mean,
you want headliners.
you
put.
You got the Warriors, right, with their star power.
Yeah.
And now you got the Phoenix Suns with Booker and Durant. And then you got Sacramento up there in the 3 spot thinking, damn, how many times are we going to like to beam the rest of the season? They got to play Phoenix 3 or 4 times down the stretch.
But they've got youth on their side. That's the one thing they have that a lot of these other teams don't have, is it does feel like they have a youthful exuberance that I think can carry them as the season goes on. They'll hit the wall at some point. But, right now, if I'm a Warrior fan, you can't have it both ways, Warrior fans. You can't keep every player you love forever and then just crush all the youngsters when they're not making enough money to trade away to get you something of significance. You have to give a little to get a little in the NBA.
Right.
This isn't Major League Baseball where you could trade Jose Reyes for 87 prospects.
Well, my deal was if you trade Wiseman for, say, a Jakob Poeltl, is that really getting you a championship?
No. Well, didn't he go to the Raptors?
He went to the Raptors yesterday.
For what?
North of the border. For what did he go down there for? A guy I'd never heard of and some picks. Kurt Bursch or something like that. Something like Kid Bursch or something. I got to look up the name. It was
He's
like
the savior. Real quick. Warrior fans, throw what they need at us. Don't give me they need to get a superstar. What exactly do they need? I will tell you on the other side exactly the move that I would make if it's available, and I don't even know if Brooklyn would accept it because it to me, their number one need is very obvious.
Defense, perimeter defense.
I mean, you're going to have to listen on the other side.
Bigs. I mean, what a disappointing loss last night. They lose to the Blazers. Third straight on the road. Warriors now 28 and 27. The Lakers coming to town on Saturday. You get the Wizards on Monday, and then you get the Clippers Tuesday before the All-Star break. A lot going on here to deadline. So we'll react to the deadline. We'll recap everything, every freaking segment as the NBA trade deadline is coming up at high noon Pacific time. We're going to have it covered all day long on 95.7.